Come on, y'all. We tapping at the 50K. Come on, one more time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Tap. Come on. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Come on, y'all. 50K. Take us there. Come on, y'all. We almost at 50K. Come on, y'all. What a 50 at? 50, 50, 50. Almost there. Just a few more. Don't quit yet, y'all. Come on. A few more taps. A few more. We'll hit it. Just a few more. Just a few more. Just a few more. You're almost there. Almost there. Y'all almost tapping it there to 50K. Almost. There it is. All right, y'all work to get that 50K. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're getting ready to get started. I'm getting ready to talk about even through your wounds. Even through your wounds. All right, even through your wounds. And this is taken from the Song of Solomon again. Something I saw back in the Song of Solomon in chapter 1 and verse 5 through 7. This is where, I saw something else in this. And so I'm going to talk about even through your wounds. Again, the lesson is going to be taken from the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 5 through 7. Welcome everybody into the live. We're getting started. Don't forget to get your daily heart meet up there. Y'all know how TikTok work. Come on everybody, get your daily heart meet if you have not. Let's get that. Help this live out. Continue to help it out. Help it push, help it, the algorithm move. But again, this is taken from the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 5 through 7. And even through your wounds is the discussion, is the lesson. Thank you. So let's get going. This lesson is going to be focusing on seeing your flaws while still learning your value, knowing your value. Seeing your flaws while still knowing your value. We are not flawless people. Everybody has flaws. Nobody is perfect. There is no perfect man. There is no perfect woman. It doesn't matter, whatever you got in your mind about somebody that, you want in your life. However, there's no perfect man and there is no perfect woman. We all have flaws. And we have to give people what is called grace, right? Thank you. Everybody is not going to get it right, of course. Um, so this lesson today focuses on, deals with, even though we have flaws, even though you have flaws, you still know your worth. And just because I have flaws, it doesn't mean that I'm worth less, or my value, or I'm devalued as a result of the flaws that I have. So you can acknowledge your imperfections without reducing your worth. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah. You can acknowledge your imperfections without reducing your worth. So in the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5 through 7, it opens up and she says, I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Zion. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. Tell me where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. So, number one, this lady, this Shulamite woman, is speaking, she's acknowledging her flaw and what she's calling a flaw. She said, I'm black. Look up not upon me because I'm black. Well, there's a lot to learn from that. And we have to translate that into our own life, or bring that into our own lives. So number one, you must learn to speak to your flaws without letting them define you. You must learn to speak to your flaws without letting them define you. Now that's a big one, and I want to say it again. You must learn to speak to your flaws without letting them define you. A lot of people don't know how to speak to their flaws without letting them define them. But a lot of people allow their flaws to define who they are. So it's very imperative right out the gate, from the jump, for you to understand, one more time, you must learn to speak to your flaws without letting them define you. So in verse 5, the woman says, I am dark but lovely. Now here's the wisdom in it. She acknowledges what others may criticize. This is what's important. She acknowledges what other people may criticize. She acknowledges what other people may misunderstand or judge. Thank you. But she does not stop there. And that's what's important. Even though she acknowledges what others may criticize, she does not stop right there. She says, she does not say, should I say, I am flawed, therefore I am unworthy. She don't say that. She says, yes, this is me, but I still possess beauty, I still possess value, and I still possess worth. So even though I'm acknowledging what other people may criticize or judge, and that's cool, have your way, but she's saying I still possess beauty, I still possess value, and I still possess worth. Even though I have flaws, I still have worth, I still have value, and I still have beauty. Thank you, Angie B. That's what she's saying. You must not, very early, we cannot allow our flaws or imperfections to define who we are as a piece, as people, as a person. Thank you. You must understand and say to yourself, I'm greater than my imperfection. I'm greater than my flaws. Thank you, Angie B. I'm greater than the mistake even that I made. Everybody on here made so many mistakes in their lives. And everybody on here should be able to testify and say, I'm greater than my mistakes. I'm better than my mistakes. Me too. I'm greater than. And that's what she's saying. So, even through your wounds is where we at today. Yes, this is me. However, I still possess beauty, I still possess value, and I still possess worth. Is what she's saying. Thank you. So many single men and women sabotage love because they only speak to their weakness and never to their worth. Many single women and single men sabotage love because they only speak to their weakness and not to their worth. They say, I'm too old. How many people have ever said that about them? Say, I'm too old. I've been hurt. I have kids. I'm overweight. I don't have money. I've choose wrong before. But the woman in the Song of Solomon, she's teaching us, never describe your flaw without remembering your value. Can somebody write that in the chat for me real quick? Never describe your flaw without remembering your value. If you describe your flaw, you must turn back around and remember your value. If you don't, you will allow your flaw to diminish you mentally. Never describe your flaw without remembering your value. She says, I'm dark, but I may be this and I may be that, but I'm also that, this, and that over there. So never describe your flaw without remembering your value. What she's essentially is saying is, I have scars, but I still deserve love. I'm not perfect, but I still deserve love. I made mistakes, but I still deserve love. See, confidence is not pretending you are perfect. Confidence is knowing your imperfections do not cancel your value. That's confidence. Confidence is knowing your imperfections do not cancel your value. And for a lot of people, they have allowed their imperfections to cancel out their value. They can't see their worth any longer because of their imperfections or the mistakes that they made. And therefore, they can no longer see really how much they are worth because they are always reminded of their flaws or their imperfections or their mistakes that they made in their life. And it is an attack, it is a direct attack on your value, on your worth. That's why so many people date from a place of insecurity. Because of their identity. You must know, and you have to know at all times who you are, regardless of what. You must never allow insecurity to speak louder than your worth. You should never allow your insecurity to speak louder than your worth. Ask yourself a question, and the question should be, what flaw do I constantly magnify about myself? Thank you. What flaw? What flaw do I constantly magnify about myself? What flaw do I constantly magnify about myself? How you view yourself, how you see yourself, means everything. Thank you, Vicky. It's Bobby. Thank you, Brother Heart Me. Thank y'all for continuing to tap that screen, too. Thank you. Appreciate it. We almost at 100K. Thank you. If I'm talking all right, get the gift go down there. Some swans. Whoever can contribute to the gift go. We hit that swans. Thank you so much. What flaw are you constantly magnifying in your life? Thank you, Lily. And stop magnifying your flaws. Because every time you magnify your flaws, you're diminishing your value, your self-worth. You're not as confident. You don't feel as confident about yourself when you magnify your flaws. Stop magnifying your flaws. Self-worth is important, and knowing it is even more important. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the heart me. Number 2, second bullet. Stop letting hard seasons make you feel less valuable. Stop letting hard seasons make you feel less valuable. Verse 6 says, the sun have looked upon me. The sun symbolizes hardship, pressure, suffering, exposure, difficult seasons. She was weathered. Life touched her. Pain touched her. Disappointment touched her. Heartbreak touched her. Yet, she still says, I am lovely. This is the caveat in this verse, in that verse 6. She says, the sun have looked upon me. Stop letting hard seasons make you feel less valuable. I hope that makes sense. Again, the sun symbolizes hardships, thank you, pressure, suffering, exposure, difficult seasons. She was weathered. Life touched her. Pain touched her. Disappointment touched her. Heartbreak touched her. Yet she still said, I am lovely. Even though I'm going through something, and even though I dealt with some difficulties and I felt some pain, it will not define who I am. It will not make me feel less valuable because life touched me, pain touched me, heartbreak touched me, disappointment touched me. It's not going to make me feel less valuable or unworthy for greater in this life. Not going to happen. And that's her position. So even through your wounds, you still must know you are you are valuable. And your self-worth is still intact, even through your wounds. Even through your wounds, you still know who you are. Even through your pain, you still know who you are. Even through your hardships, you still know who you are. Your value is still intact. Your self-worth is still intact. Hardship changed her appearance, but not her value. The sun scorched her, is what it's saying, right? She said in verse 6, the sun looked upon me. So the sun changed her appearance, but not her value. The sun changed her appearance, but not her value. Situation may have changed your appearance, but not your value. Situations may change the way you deal with things, but not your value. Situations may have changed the way you handle things, but not your value. The sun changed her appearance, but it didn't change her value. Her value stayed intact. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? And this is what this scripture is trying to teach us. I don't care what changes in your life. Your value should never change. Your self-worth should never change. Because I promise you, depending upon the type of hardship or heartache or pain that you experience, it will put your self-worth will come under attack. How you view yourself will come under attack. How you value yourself will come under attack. And a lot of people have lost their self-worth because of what they've been through. Because the sun has shined upon them. Because their appearance changed, their heart changed, and their confidence and their self-esteem changed right along with it. Stop letting seasons make you feel less valuable, because you're not less valuable because of what you've been through. So hardship again changed her appearance, but not her value. So this is for every person who says, every single person who says, I've been divorced. I trusted the wrong person. I wasted years. I got played. I gave too much. Well, hear the revelation in what this woman's saying in the scriptures. Pain may affect your confidence, but it does not reduce your worth. Your pain should never reduce your worth. Just because you've been divorced, just because you trusted the wrong person, just because you felt like you wasted years, just because you got played, just because you gave too much, all of that does not reduce your worth. You are still valuable, and you need to say it to yourself today. I'm still valuable. I have much value. Thank you, Queen of her Crown. Good morning, y'all. Over here on YouTube. And this is what the scriptures is teaching us. This is what that word is saying. Even though she been through, even though life hit her, her value is still intact. I don't care what you go through. You must know that you're still valuable. You're still worthy of love. You're still worthy of the best relationship you can ever have. You're still worthy of a joy. You're still worthy of happiness. You're still worthy of it all, regardless of what you go through in your life. You are still worthy of it. Period. So you don't allow a circumstance or a situation diminish who you are. And you have to have that confidence, and that's what the scripture is saying. Period. I love y'all. One second. Let's see. All right. So, let's keep going. So your pain may have affected this or that, but it does not reduce your value. It does not reduce your worth. You may have gone through something, but you are still valuable. You may have gone through something, but you are still valuable. You are still great. You are still worthy. So you know what the biggest thing is? Stop punishing yourself for surviving. Stop punishing yourself for making it through. Stop punishing yourself from coming through the other side and you're still intact mentally. Stop punishing yourself for making it. Stop punishing yourself for holding steadfast and holding strong. Stop punishing yourself. And you made it, and you still standing, you still here. Why are you punishing yourself and you still standing? Even though you've been through something that hit you and probably was traumatic, but you're still standing. Stop punishing yourself, and you made it. Because you made mistakes don't mean you deserve less. Because you made mistakes don't mean you deserve less. Period. The lesson here, y'all, so far is saying to us, you can weather and still be worthy. You can be weathered and still worthy. You can be weathered and still worthy. Because many of you weathered the storm. You can be weathered. You can feel. Thank you. You can feel the effects of the storm. You can be weathered and still worthy. And you got to know I'm still worthy. What up, Maurice? Put that in the chat for me real quick. Put in there, I'm still worthy. I'm still worthy. I'm still worthy. If you believe that, I'm still worthy. I'm still worthy. Regardless, I'm still worthy. Regardless of what I've been through, I'm still worthy. Regardless of what happened in my life, I'm still worthy. Regardless, I'm still worthy. You are still worthy of happiness. You're still worthy of joy. You're still worthy of a good relationship. You're still worthy of love. You're still worthy. I'm still worthy, regardless. So you can be weathered and still worthy. You have been weathered, but you're still worthy. Let me see two swans if y'all agree. Whoever agree with me on that, let me see two swans on here. As we get close to nipping at this here gift goal up here, y'all. Let me see two swans. Whoever can get, let me see two swans. If you approve what I just said, let me see two swans up there. You've been weathered, but you're still worthy. Thank you, Vicky. Vicky with the first one. Who was that? That is, it's no time. I think it's no time. It's no time. Thank you for that second one. Thank you. You're still worthy. Number 3, be honest about your weakness without becoming insecure. Be honest about your weakness without becoming insecure. She was honest about her weakness, right? She was honest about her weakness, but she did not become insecure because of that. Thank you, Cookie Lynn. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. 3 more, y'all. We'll be halfway through. It'll be halfway on the gift goal. 3 more of those swans. It'll be halfway at the top there. Thank you, Miss Red. 2 more will be halfway, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Only if I'm talking all right. If I'm saying something worth giving a swan to, you know. But number 3, be honest about your weakness without becoming insecure. Thank you, Cutie Pie. Thank you, making God my choice. Thank you for that, making God my choice. All right, number 3, be honest about your weakness without becoming insecure. The woman was transparent. She does not hide. She doesn't pretend. She owns her reality. Thank you, Angela G. She owns her reality. This is maturity. Why? Because healthy relationships require honesty. Single people must stop pretending. All this pretending, what you pretending for, what you putting on for. Destroy all this pretending. Be honest, be straightforward, be mature. No pretending, be yourself. Be who you are. You have no reason to get to know someone and you trying to disguise yourself as somebody. Thank you, Angela J. Nah, there's no pretending here. None whatsoever. No pretending. And this woman was not pretending. She owns her reality. She's truthful. She's very transparent. She's not going to pretend. This is who I am. You like me or you don't like me. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. You like me or you don't like me. You do or you don't. I'm for you or I'm not for you. But I'm not going to pretend for you. I'm not going to put on a show for you. You know what I mean? You're going to get who I am, and that's it. And that's what she gave. She spoke on it. That's why she spoke bluntly about who she is and what was looked at her to be a flaw. She spoke on it. But, it was a but. That conjunction word, the but. She knew her value. So I don't have to pretend because I can speak my truth because I know my value. So I don't have to act like somebody else because I know my worth and I know my value. I don't have to come to you and put on a disguise because I know my worth and I know my value. So I don't deal with the land of pretense or pretending and putting on or none of that because I know who I am and I know my value. So single people need to stop all this pretending to be something that you're not. Why? Why are you pretending to be somebody that you are not? Be yourself. And if yourself or being yourself is not good enough for that person, then that's just what it is. Who cares? Move on. Keep it moving. That's confidence. That's knowing who you are. That's knowing your value. And because somebody doesn't want you, it doesn't reduce your value. It doesn't say nothing to your worth, about your worth. Thank you, greatness. So stop all the pretending. And this is the lesson coming from this. She's very upfront. She's very transparent. She's owning her reality. She's very mature. No pretending, because she know who she are. Take me as I am. If I'm not for you, then I'm just not for you. No pretending. No false versions of myself. This is who I am. Now, you may get in a relationship and you may need to work on some things, right? You may need to adjust some things, and that's cool. That's life. Right? You may need to adjust. You make adjustments, make a little changes here, some tweaks there. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm not selling a false version of myself. I don't see and I don't understand. I'll never understand why people try to sell a false version of themselves when you know you can't continue living up to that version that's not even you. So why sell a false version of yourself when you can never live up to it in the first place? You can't even be what you're trying to convince somebody that you are. Isn't that sad? You trying to pretend to be somebody that you're not to convince a person that's who you are when you know you're not that person. That's a lot of work to go nowhere. I mean, that is a lot of work to go absolutely nowhere. Stop pretending, man. Be yourself. Because all of that pretending it only creates disappointment. That's all it do. If you're insecure, say it. If you still need to heal, say it. If trust is hard for you, say it. But don't weaponize your wounds. You understand? Because a flaw admitted is healthier than dysfunction that's hidden. A flaw admitted is healthier than dysfunction that's hidden. I'm going to say that again. A flaw admitted is healthier than dysfunction that's hidden. Any dysfunction that's hidden gonna be discovered. It's just a matter of time. So what did this woman do here? The Shulamite woman. She admitted her flaw. While maintaining her value and her self-worth. The next thing is in this, what we've learned is you can't emotionally become exhausted because you mastered serving others while neglecting yourself. You can't just master serving others and neglect yourself. You help everybody, you fix everybody, you love everybody, you pray for everybody, you sacrifice for everybody, but you ignore yourself. You do all of this for everybody, but you ignore yourself. You neglect your standards, you neglect your self-esteem, you neglect your peace, you neglect your emotional health, and you can't do that. So you cannot expect a healthy relationship while emotionally abandoning yourself. How can you expect a healthy relationship while emotionally abandoning yourself? Many people want marriage, but have never cared for their own vineyard. You have to take care of yourself too. You have to make sure that you're okay. You have to make sure that you are good. You have to make sure that all things are great with you. And it's not being selfish, it's being wise. You have to take care of yourself too. Because you got to have peace and you have to have joy and you want happiness and etc. So you have to take care of yourself also. So you can't abandon what you need and what you need to give to yourself. The attention that you need to give yourself, you cannot abandon that. Number 5, the next bullet in this lesson is know your value before entering a relationship. Know your value before entering into a relationship. Thank you. Know your value before entering a relationship. Number 4, yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Number 4. Know your value before entering a relationship. The woman recognized her flaw, okay, yet she still recognized her beauty. She recognized her flaw, yet she still recognized her beauty. She won't just stop right there on the flaw. No. So if I'm going to speak about a flaw, I'm also going to speak about my beauty. If you're going to speak about something negative, you got to turn right back around and speak something positive. And if you don't do that, you're going to focus on the negative and you're going to go down this hole. The negative will crush you. So if you ever speak anything negative over your life, you got to turn right back around immediately and speak something positive. She spoke, she recognized her flaw, and then she recognized her beauty. She recognized her flaw, but she recognized her beauty. She recognized her flaw, but she recognized her beauty. If you're going to say something negative, you got to turn right back around and match it with something positive. Again, if you don't, you're going to go down this hole. And it's going to hurt you. And it's going to depress you. And you're going to, your self-esteem is going to drop drastically. So this was wise, very wise what she did and what she's showing us. I spoke something negative, but I turned right back around and spoke something positive. I'm not just going to speak on a flaw without speaking on a perfection. Not happening. I'm not going to just talk about what I don't like about myself and don't turn back around and talk about what I do like about myself or what I love about myself. I'm not just going to speak what I don't like. I'm going to turn right back around and speak what I do like. That's how you fight that. That's how you fight it. But too many times, what too many people have done is spoke the negative, but never came back and spoke nothing positive. Spoke what you don't like, but never came right back around and spoke what you do like about yourself. Therefore, what you don't like lingers. What you don't like take you down this hole. Thank you. What you don't like hurts your self-esteem. And you lower your self-worth as a result of. So what is she saying? She's saying balance matters. That's what balance matters. So what do you say? I have flaws and value. That's the balance. I have flaws and value. Now that's the balance. And that's what you say about yourself. That's what you speak to yourself. I have flaws and I have value. You got to have that balance when you're speaking to yourself. You cannot let the negative reign. You cannot let the flaw reign supreme. No, you got to have balance. So one more time, don't you ever speak nothing negative over your life and without turning right back around and speaking something positive. If you ever gonna bring up a flaw, you better come back with a perfection. I don't like the way the side of my cheek look, but I love the way my eyes look. Them some pretty things right up here. I don't like the way my lips look, but Lord, I love my arms. Ooh-wee. I don't care what. Don't you ever speak a flaw without coming right back around and speaking something positive. You got to have that balance. You got to give yourself that balance. But too many people that say this, oh, I don't like the way the side of my face look, and they stop right there. And they just focus on the side of their face. I don't like the way that look. And they go down this rabbit hole. Go down this rabbit hole. Go down this rabbit hole. Because you don't like the way the side of your face look. You did not give yourself a balance. You didn't balance that out. You have to balance your equilibrium. You got to balance it out. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole. It's not happening. You got to say, I love me too much to devalue myself. So if I say something negative, I'm coming right back with a positive. If I'm going to look at an imperfection, a flaw, I'm going to come back and look at what I love. That's the balance. That's the balance. And that's what she did. That's exactly what she did. She said, I got flaws, but I have value. Ooh-wee. Let me see two swans right there if y'all agree with that. I have flaws, but I have value. I have flaws, but I have value. So much value. Even though I got flaws, I got value. Period. I always say, people treat you according to what you tolerate. And often according to how you see yourself. I'm going to say that again. People treat you according to what you tolerate. And often according to how you see yourself. So if you believe that you are unworthy, you will tolerate all types of treatment that you don't like. And some people have dealt with some, thank you, Sheila B. Some people have dealt with some awful treatment from people because they believe and felt that they were unworthy. And so if you view yourself, you see yourself as unworthy, then you would tolerate all types of disrespect. He cursed you out like a dog. Oh. Thank you, Virgo. Man, you let that man. Why you let that man hit on you like that? Well, if you see yourself as unworthy, you will tolerate all types of disrespect. People treat you according to what you tolerate, and often according to how you see yourself. If you still settling, it's because of how you see yourself. If you're still settling for just any old body, it's because of how you see yourself. Thank you, greatness. There's just no other way to put it. That's right, Tawanda. Love yourself first and know your boundaries. I see you there in YouTube. That's exactly right. Love yourself first and know your boundaries. Absolutely. You have to have a great outlook on you about yourself, y'all. If not, you will allow anybody to come in your life and hurt you, take advantage of you, do you wrong. So how do you see yourself? How you see yourself? You must understand identity affects standards. Identity affects standards. I'm going to say that again. Identity affects standards. You will set your standards according to how you see yourself. You will set your standards according to your self-value. How you value yourself, your self-worth. You will set your standards according to your self-worth. Period. That's why everybody got different standards. Nobody has the same standards. Everybody's standards are different. Because you set your standards according to your self-worth. You set your standards according to how you see yourself. And you must always remember, the standards that matter anyway are the standards that you enforce. Any standards that you have that you don't enforce is options. It's not a standard, that's an option. A standard is only as good as it is enforced. You have to enforce it in order for that standard to be a standard. It's like the law. The law has to be enforced. If the law isn't enforced, then there's no law. But as long as it is enforced, oh, it's a law. That's a standard. Period. Oh, that's the law. If it's the law, it will be enforced. And nobody can move it. Nobody can move you from it. You won't budge. Because that's your standard. That's the law. And you're not moving. No matter who comes or who goes, that's your standard. You're not changing that. That's what it is. So a standard is only a standard if it is enforced. So no chasing confusion. Number, what I'm on? Number 5. She asked, tell me where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. She was seeking clarity. She asked direct questions because she was seeking clarity. So she's asking direct questions. She wants direction. She wants intention. She don't want confusion. You can't be afraid to ask somebody that you meet, what are your intentions? You cannot be afraid to ask a person when you meet them, what are your intentions? You can't be afraid to ask, what are you looking for? Can't be afraid. What are your intentions? What are you looking for? What does commitment mean to you? You can't be afraid to ask the question, what does commitment mean to you? Are you emotionally available right now? What kind of future do you want? You cannot be afraid to ask those questions when you meet somebody. Clarity is imperative. And the Shulamite woman asked clear, concise questions. So you cannot be afraid because you're grown and mature. You don't be afraid to ask mature, grown questions for your clarity. Thank you, Black Queen. Make sure I'm not wasting my time. So let me ask the question. What are your intentions? What are you looking for? What does commitment mean to you? Are you emotionally available? What kind of future do you want? Those are grown, mature questions that gives you some sense of clarity about the person that you have met and you're getting to know. You need to first make sure you at least align with the person. Are they aligned with you? Because if you ask the question, what are your intentions? And they fire back with, I'm not looking for nothing serious, I'm just, looking, just somebody I can talk to. And you're looking for something serious, you already know out the gate, I'm going to be wasting my time with you. Because you looking for something serious, they just said they're not. Now look how quick that was. Because you asked a grown, mature question right out the gate. Look how quick that was. Now you can make an intelligent decision right there on the spot. Well, you know what? I'm looking for something serious. I'm not just looking to casually talk to somebody and kick it. I'm not in the kick it stage of my life no more. I'm not trying to kick it. Right? I'm trying to find my person, that someone who want to commit to me like I want to commit to them. So anything other than that is a waste of my time. It was good meeting you, though. Drive back home safely. Be careful out there. The road is wet. You see what I'm saying? That's quick. That's quick right there. But when you don't ask grown, mature, grown-up questions and you just sit there nibbling on some doggone ice cream talking about what's your favorite color? What's your favorite sports team? How did you look when you was a baby? What school you went to? Come on, what are you, 19 years old? You got to ask grown, mature questions that give you a sense of clarity and direction from this person. Stop acting like you a teenager when you talking to a grown person. Ask grown questions. Grown, mature questions. We're grown-ups. We real grown. We grown. Here it is. Here it is. What are you looking for? What does commitment mean to you? Well, what I mean? Commitment. Ooh, the C word. Ooh, commitment. Oh, pump your brakes. Oh, that's that C word. You see what I'm saying? You want to get all that up front. Okay, you don't like commitment. Okay, thank you. Now, it's cool. You don't like commitment. But see, I want commitment. So that already me and you don't even align. Thank you, though. Drive home safe. Be careful out there. The road is wet. I mean, come on. When you ask grown questions, you get straight to it. And not all these ridiculous questions just to fill empty space that's not going to give you no substance. Are you emotionally available? What that mean? Okay, you know what? Nice meeting you. Drive home safe. Be careful out there. The roads are wet. I mean, come on. You gonna get straight to it. But we don't ask no grown questions, During 6 months passed, and now you finally asking, what are your intentions? 6 months later? You 6 months deep, and now you gonna ask this question, what are your intentions? What the heck? By that time, you already got some doggone emotions involved. By that time, you already feeling some type of way. By that time, 6 months. And now, you gonna ask the question, What are your intentions? What the devil in the world? What? You ask that up front. What is this? What? What is this? 6 months later? What? Come on now. At your age. Talk your age. Be grown up. Be mature. And come with it. There's no such thing in that this is the first date. I don't need to be, them questions like that is a little too much in the first date. What are you talking about? We're grown people. Thank you, Cherish. We grown people. How in the world is that too much? And you grown up in here. What are we? 15? Are we sophomores in high school? Or are we grown, mature people up in here? And so if we're grown, mature people up in here, then we ask grown, mature questions up in here. What else you think you gonna get from me? Because I'm mature and I'm grown. Therefore, you gonna get grown, mature questions. And if you can't answer them, that tells me everything I need to know about you. That's it. How do you feel? What does commitment mean to you? Well, I've never been married before. Oh, okay. How old you is again? Oh, I'm 59. Oh, you 59 and you never been married before. Oh, okay. Oh. So you never met a woman in your whole life that you wanted to actually commit to. So you never committed to no woman. I don't want to hear nothing about no boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh no, that ain't no. Oh, no. So hold up. You 59, 60 years old and you never committed to a woman. Oh, you got commitment issues. Now, here's the question right out the gate. Do I want to deal with a man that has commitment issues, that's afraid of commitment, thinking I'm going to be the chip off the old block that this man finally can commit to? See, that's how you think. See, you think logically. You think smart. And you ask yourself a wise question. Here's a 60-year-old man that never ever committed to a woman in his entire life. Now, am I going to be the chip off the old block for this man? Do I want to even put myself through that? You answer that question. When that man never committed to nobody. Nobody. And that's how you have to ask yourself that question. Am I going to be the chip off the old block? Do I want to gamble that? Do I want to deal with a man that don't know how to commit to a woman because he never committed to a woman as of yet? So do I want to even deal with a man that never ever in his whole life committed to a woman when you are looking for a commitment from a man? So do you want to take yourself down that path of dealing with a man that never committed to a woman? Do you want to go down that road? See, when you ask mature questions, you get real answers that you can make a quick, swift decision from. Thank you. You can make a swift decision when you ask mature, grown questions. No play, no none of that play stuff. We get down to the nitty gritty because I need to know some things up in here, and I need to know them like right now because I don't have all this time to be spending if we don't align. So let's get to some stuff right out the gate. What's your views on marriage? Ooh, what's your views on marriage? Well, you know, marriage is that thing. Oh man, I don't know about marriage, you know, but I'm open for, you know, getting to know somebody. You know, I'm open for that. I'm open for getting to really know a woman and have a woman in my life. But for his marriage, I don't know if I want to go down that marriage road again. You know, I did that before, and I don't know if I want to do that again. But you know, but I am open to really get to know somebody and you know spend good time with her. You know what? And if marriage is what you want, you know marriage is in your future, and he said to you, well, marriage is not something that I want. Well, okay, that's good. You know what? Thank you for telling me. Drive home safe. Be careful out there. The roads are wet. And you just move on. And you just move on. Stop all this Peter Panning around grown folk, man. Come with it. Come with it. It's just certain questions you need to know. Let's come with it. Because there's no need for no second date if I discover we don't align on the first date. So that's why you coming with it. There's no need for no second date. Why would I go out on a second date when I'm discovered on the first date you and I don't align? You and I don't want the same things. We're not looking to have the same things. We don't want the same things. Then why am I going out on a second date with you when we don't align? When you know you maybe you can help me get there. You know what? If you don't get your ninth grade talking self from around me, maybe I can help you get there. Oh shoot. Okay. 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 Maybe I can help you get there. Oh, okay. Oh. If you take that as some flattery, I got some land to sell you on Mars today, cheap too. I got 9 acres for sale. Call me. Is if you take that for flattery, maybe you can help me get there. Boy, okay, okay. Come on now, we got to be grown and we got to come out the gate and we got to know how to speak and you know we have to ask questions but real questions, the right questions, you know, good questions that give you just a sense, give you just enough on your values and you know what you see, what you believe, what you want, right? And so we see you know where we align or where we don't align, you know. So that's why it's important for those questions. And you can't be afraid to ask them. You can't be afraid to talk. You can't be afraid to ask those all important questions that is necessary for you to talk. For you to ask. Very important for you to ask. Period. So you seek mutual interest. Number 6, you seek mutual interest. She asks where he feeds the flock because she desires connection, but she is not degrading herself. Listen, wait, I desire connection. She desires connection. She wants understanding. Why would you pursue someone that ignores you, that plays games? Why would you pursue someone that won't access without commitment? Why would you pursue someone that only calls you or talks to you when it is convenient for them? Why would you do it? Interest should be on both parties. He's interested in you, you're interested in him. Pursuing each other. And things are clarified. Now here's the next one. Here's the seventh bullet that we get from this story. Your story does not disqualify you from love. Your story does not disqualify you from love. Now that's a big one. Your story does not disqualify you from love. Let me see two swans down there if y'all agree with this next one. If you agree with what I just said, let me see two swans go up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Your story does not disqualify you from love. Everybody got a story. Everybody. Thank you, caller. Everybody got a story. I don't care who you are. Everybody got a story. And your story does not disqualify you from love. Thank you, M. Bagley. The woman had visible evidence in labor. Visible evidence of labor and hardship. Yet she expected love. Thank you. Visible evidence of labor and hardship. Yet she still expected love. Thank you, Joyful. Now this is powerful. Because many people will think, after everything I've been through, who would want me? And some men will even tell some women that, right? Ain't nobody gonna want you. No man ain't gonna want you. Look at you. You got da-da-da-da-da. You got 3 children. You got da-da-da-da. Ain't no man gonna want you out there. It is like these men today. Man, men want women today that got the da-da-da-da-da. Ain't no man gonna want you. Yeah. And you get in your head, everything I've been through, who will want me? I got 4 children, small children. 2 that I got a 8-year-old, I got a 10-year-old, I got a 11-year-old, I got a 15-year-old. Ain't no man gonna want you. See what I'm saying? That's what the devil will put in your mind, because he don't want you to have joy and happiness. He wants you to believe ain't nobody gonna want you. What man gonna want that responsibility? It's not gonna happen. That is a lie from hell. Yes, it will. There's a man out there that loves children, that loves family. That loves family. And he's a father by nature. And being a father figure, he welcomes with open arms. So you can't believe that narrative. Your story does not disqualify you from love. Your reality doesn't disqualify you from love. What you've been through does not disqualify you from love. Yeah, you probably did, man, I did some things. Okay, you did it. You can't change it. You can't erase it. It doesn't disqualify you from love. You're not disqualified. Everybody has a story. Everybody. And what you just got to understand is this. Someone will come along of value. Someone will come along that is healthy and will recognize your value. Someone will come along and will recognize your value. Even though you got 4 children, small children, thank you, M. Bagley. Even though you made some bad mistakes in your past and you still kind of feel some type of way when you even bring it up and think about it or talk about it. You did some things you hated you ever did. You let some people in that you regret that you ever let into your life. It doesn't matter. Your story does not disqualify you from love. And someone healthy will come along and recognize your value. Your scars are not proof you are broken. They're proof you survived. It's proof you made it through it. It's proof you're still standing. Your scars is not proof that you are broken. It is proof that you stood. It is proof that you made it through it. That's what they are. So the next bullet, and I'm almost done now. The next bullet. The greatest revelation begins with you, with how you see yourself. The greatest relationship begins with how you see yourself. So the greatest relationship begins with how you see yourself. The greatest relationship begins with how you see yourself. Before she speaks to him, she speaks about herself. Before she speaks to him, she speaks about herself. So the eye-opening lesson is your relationship with yourself predicts your relationship choices. Your relationship with yourself predicts your relationship choices. Your relationship with yourself predicts your relationship choices. If you don't value yourself, you ignore the warning signs, you tolerate all the mistreatment, you fear being alone, you accept inconsistency, but when your identity is healthy, you say, I know my value, I won't settle, I deserve better. And love is not going to cost me my self-respect. Love is not going to cost me my self-respect. So how do I see myself? How do you see yourself? How valuable you are depends on you. Because nobody can set your value, because nobody has the power to appraise you. Your value begins with yourself. You set your own value. It's called self-worth. It's not called other people worth. It's called self-worth. You set your value. What is it? It's how you see yourself. And so the last bullet, she says, I am dark but lovely. This is the language of just total healing. I am dark but lovely. This is the language of healing. This statement is the cry of someone who knows life touched me, but life did not destroy me. That's her language. You see what I'm saying? She said, I am dark, but lovely. This is healing language. This is somebody who been through it. Boy, what they've been through did not affect them. Boy, what they've been through did not destroy their self-worth. That's a language for somebody that's been through it. But however, her self-worth stayed intact. This statement is the cry of someone who knows life touched me, but life did not destroy me. It touched me, but it did not destroy me. Now that's a mouthful all by itself. Life touched me, but life did not destroy. Oh, don't that just fester up some memories for somebody right about now, boy? That makes somebody, ooh, life touched me, but life did not destroy me. And that's what you got to say today. And that's what you got to remember. And that's what you stand on. It touched you, but it did not destroy you. It could have, but it didn't. You're still standing. You're still here. Life touched you, but life did not destroy you. I am dark, but lovely. Thank you, Black Queen. It says, I'm imperfect, but valuable. I'm imperfect, but valuable. Well, somebody just write that in the chat for me. Thank you, T Breezy. I'm imperfect, but valuable. I'm imperfect, but valuable. I had pain, but I'm worthy. I have flaws, but I still deserve healthy love. Life touched me, but life did not destroy me. Oh, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here. Boy, you should be happy today. You know why? Because you're still here. Life touched you. And I know many of you got some testimonies that, boy, you could share. Life touched you, but life did not destroy you. Now, can everybody say that? I don't think so. Thank you, Renee. Everybody can't say that. And there's some people, life touched them and they gave up on life. But life touched you. It touched you, but it didn't destroy you. You took that licking, and it was real. But you continue to move forward. You continue to, you fought. But everything you had in you to fight, and you made it. Life touched me. But life did not destroy me, even though it touched me. Period. So, you must become aware, last thing I'm going to say, you must become aware of your flaws without forgetting your value. Because flaws is something we all have, and nobody is flaw-free. So, I'm aware of my flaws, as that woman said. However, even though I'm aware of my flaws. Oh, I don't forget my value. My value is still intact. Period. And that's it. That's the lesson today. That's all I got. That's the lesson today. Life touched you. Boy, but life did not destroy you. And what a blessing it is. Say that thing today all day long to encourage your own self. Life touched me, but life did not destroy me. Wow. Thank you, Jesus. Thank the Lord. It touched me, but it didn't destroy me. My value is still intact. My self-worth is still intact. My self-esteem is still intact. Nobody, appreciate you, Tawana Davis, over there. YouTube, thank you. Nobody put a value on you. Again, because nobody is an appraiser of your life. So all those men that love to tell those women, like I always say to y'all, that tells women, special older women, they try to tell women that's 40 years of age and higher, y'all value is so low now. Look at your value. It's low because you're 40 and up. Man, it's going to be hard for you to get a man because you know your value is low now. And if you sit there and listen to that foolishness, no man can value you. How can they appraise their value? Like I always say, always be leery of any man that have to step on a woman to make himself feel tall. You understand? Always be leery of a man that have to step on a woman to make himself feel tall. It's because that man have low confidence himself. Grown, mature man that's confident in themselves will never step on a woman to try to make himself look tall. That's not even in his vocabulary. That's not even his language. He'll never say those words. Ladies, are you 40 and y'all value low. He won't even say that about a woman. He won't even say that to a woman. Because number one, it's untrue. There's not even no truth in that, none whatsoever. None whatsoever is there any truth in that. So stop giving your ear to that and making you feel some type of way. Don't even listen to it. Because it's false. That's a false narrative. And the devil is a liar. And the father of it. Period. That's the lesson. Appreciate y'all. Any questions? Absolutely. All right. Don't look like y'all have no questions. side. Over here on the YouTube side of things. Let's see. Thank you.